going to spend a little time talking about hiring. And this is something that honestly most small business people suck at. So I'm going to give you a little bit of insight into my hiring process, and hopefully it helps you out. There's a few things when it comes to hiring. Do it slowly and hope you don't have to do it that often. The reason you do it slowly, and I'm going to get into my first rule here, and it's a rule of 3. And I always meet with someone 3 times. Why? The person you think is great in meeting 1, you might realize by the 3rd meeting that person's going to drive you crazy. Or maybe they're not. I don't know, maybe they showed up full of, vigor on that first meeting and then they were late for the next 2. So anyway, you want to get 3 glimpses at them. And then in a continuation of this rule of 3, you also want to have them talk to 3 different people. I have literally pulled the cleaning guy that was there at the office into a conference room to let him talk to an prospective employee. So I had my rule of 3 met. Why do we do this? Well, what you think is great, someone else might see right through and think, oh man, that's not really the right person here. So, okay, now back to hiring. I always, and I mean always, I don't care what the position is at the company, I always make applicants submit a resume and a cover letter. If this right there, I hear people say, well, I hate hiring, it's so time consuming, blah, 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 blah. I can go through 100 resumes in 15 minutes because 90 of them are garbage. And you can tell just by looking. Like, if someone can't put together a professional presentation about themselves, how do you think they're going to represent your business? Pretty poorly, right? Get them all out. I call those crap-locations because it's exactly what they are. So we're going to flush them, and we're going to get down to the 10 out of 100 that might be people that care enough about the opportunity that you're offering to take a few minutes and get their shit together when it comes to their own, sales pitch or presentation. So now that we're down to 10 people, our goal is to thin it out even more. I think a lot of people, when they first try to embrace or get into hiring, they want to just let as many people come in and do interviews as possible. And you know what? That's a horrendous waste of your time. Because step 2 of my handy dandy hiring process is the phone interview. You're going to eliminate half of the people that seem decent right there. Why? These people aren't good at talking on the phone. And you're going to just really realize like who seems to have some promise and who doesn't. So it gives you, the ability to thin it out even more. Now you might be down to 5 out of 100 people. Now it's time to do some interviews. So, as far as what you're looking for in your business, it might be a little different than me, but, don't be afraid to talk to a lot of people. Now, you get to the point where you've just hired someone. And I'll tell you what, I'm of the belief that no matter how great someone interviews and how great their references are and their past experience is, you have no idea if they're going to be any good until they show up and do the job. It's that simple. And then as an extension of that, I have the personal belief and the professional belief that your best employees in the history of your business are going to be the ones that were good right away. Challenge yourself on that. Think about, even if you haven't owned a business, I want you to now think about places that you've worked and the new people that came in. Were they good right away? Because if they weren't, they probably never were. So here we are. We thought we had someone that was great. They're not. You're not married to this person. You don't have to live with them forever. Now, that being said, I don't want to portray myself as being this cruel, impatient, personnel director. I do give people a chance to succeed, but if people aren't getting it, then you got to just move on sometimes. So, that being said, the success or failure of your business might revolve around your ability to have tough conversations and to make tough decisions. So, if you realize it isn't the right person for your business, you need to have that tough conversation and you need to get the right people in. I've seen people that I know make a bad hire and live with it for years. And I'm not going to say I haven't done it, because actually I have. I look back at it and I regret it. Fully regret it. So there's a few hiring tips. Hopefully you can swing those into action and make the right decisions for your new business. See ya.